There we are. Where did I leave? Yes, here it is. Glass. There we go. Okay. Hey, White Rambo, what's going on, brother? Just getting ready once again in the morning for day 4 of SHOT Show. There we go. See if we get a few people in here. We'll answer some questions. Talk a little bit about yesterday. Oh yeah, a lot of fun. Exhausting too, but fun. A lot of people. We met Lenny McGill with Glock Store. We met Dustin over at Grit Grips. Oh man, who else? Let's see. Jack of all trades, 762 Juice, Black Rambo. Yeah, who else? Who else stopped by? Trying to meet up with John Crump News. We went over to Gideon Optics, SCT Manufacturing. Oh man, who else? So many people. Tag Precision. A lot of businesses stopped by. A lot of businesses. I have a list, but I can't pull it up without messing up the stream. A lot of businesses, though. Ooh. Twista? No, I didn't see Twista. Yeah, Black Rambo's fun. Dude's real cool and personable. Might send him a slide, maybe. I don't know. See what's up with that. What else did we meet out? There was this small little gun booth, and they were having 25 ACP, 32 ACP, 4 feathers. What's going on? 380. So just like little pocket pistols, kind of like holdout pistols. They were checking out at their booths. That was kind of neat. And we've been bouncing around, you know, the Luxor, Mandalay Bay, the Excalibur, the Venetian, bouncing around casinos. I got to go to Caesar's Forum, I think today. Black Rambo, White Rambo. Oh. Oh, plenty of influencers popping around. Mud Munitions here. We didn't get to meet with Mud Munitions yet. So he might stop by. Of course, Bullseye Ben was here and Pistol Pete. Both of them showed up. It was cool meeting with those guys. Oh, man. And so many business. I want to pull up the business list without... Yeah, I can't do it because I'm doing this stream through the phone right now, and it is in my messages. But long list of businesses that we've been talking to. Everyone just coming over and checking out the shop. For checking out the booth, rather. And we'll probably do a live with Brian at some point today. Or if not a live, a video. And just at least do a short video. Doing live stream, we've tried a few times, and doing live streaming in the actual event is very difficult. Even when you're connected to the casino's Wi-Fi, it does not do it very well. Very choppy. Thursday briefing for SHOT Show. Yep, big old thing in the Caesars Forum going on for 5 hours today. We'll probably try to pop into that. Might go hit Palmetto State Armory. And of course, oh yeah, we did go to the Glock booth. Did chat them up. You know, of course, they're pushing Gen 6 right now. So that's wild. Rare Breed is here apparently somewhere. I don't know. Haven't seen them. But Rare Breed's apparently here. But, you know, definite highlights, you know. Meeting Lenny over at Glock Store. Chatting up SCT. And Dustin over at Grit Grips. That was cool. That was cool talking with those guys. And Gideon Optics, too. You know, I can't remember if one of our group went to Siley Optics. That might happen today. If it didn't happen yesterday, because we've been bouncing, there's, you know, 3 of us. We've been bouncing around here and there, running the booth and meeting everybody. So I can't remember if we met with Siley Optics yesterday or not. If we didn't, we're going to probably try and meet with them today. And then, I don't know, maybe just go around to like every Armory and Arsenal booth around, and we might meet up with a lot of those guys. And see what their needs might be. You know, do they need slides? Oh, a big one is California is suffering, right? So lots of vendors are looking for people willing to do Gen 6, but Gen 6 is so new, nobody's doing it. But yeah, people are trying to figure out California for shipping, and it's constantly on the mind. Like, hey, are you guys willing to ship to California? Are you guys willing to do this? It's like, well, it's not that we're unwilling. It's basically the paperwork and ID requirement is that a lot of businesses are not okay with the, you know, ID requirement to ship non-FFL stuff to California. And that is just pretty much where everyone's at. And we've already seen in a few cases, not 2A related, where third-party ID checkers have gotten hacked and people's IDs are out in the wind. And so a lot of businesses are really cautious of that, where they do not want people's IDs to potentially become compromised like they have in other businesses already, especially in relation to firearms, because that just seems unsafe. And also nobody's business. So that's a big concern. Another one is 40 cal. Glock, 40 cal, anything. So, you know, is there going to be support in the industry for 40 cal, Smith & Wesson? And the answer is pretty much no. A lot of booths are like, yeah, we're not bothering to stock it, or we do it minimally. There currently isn't a lot of love for it, for a lot of distributors, vendors. And of course, Glock is discontinuing it. So yeah, the 40 cal might be an issue down the road. But who knows? The market might change over the next year, and all of a sudden people are in love with it again, and the clone market might pick it up. Because we were talking to multiple vendors and distributors, and we're just like, hey, is this something you want? And they all said no. Said they're not interested. And it's like, okay, cool. What are you interested in? And a lot of it is, 43s, 26s, and then they want to stick with 19s and 17s. Some interest in 45 caliber, some interest in 10 millimeter, but not very much. It's mostly sticking with 9 millimeter. There we go. Moving that. Also just getting ready for the day. So hence the green screen of our booth. Oh man, I don't blame you at all. Don't blame you at all. Yeah, there's a lot of people from other states here, and they are very honest with the woes of their states. New York, New Jersey, Maryland, California, Washington was one. There was another state. Which one am I thinking of? Some people from Virginia. Some of you who know DLD After Dark. They had Lobby Day going on in Virginia. And so that's why Dark wasn't at SHOT Show, was he was going to Lobby Day. So yeah, some of them were talking about Lobby Day, that they have people they know there or people that are affiliated with them there while they're attending SHOT Show, because some of them were like, yes, we wanted to go, but they're like, business necessity, we could not skip SHOT Show. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that. I do. I get it. There we go. But it's been crazy going around meeting and greeting with all these people, all these booths. It's insane just how many booths there really are. And today we're going to be giving out more stuff. We've been giving out patches, kind of like this, this one here, and we've got some other ones. We've been giving them out. Also getting patches from people's booths. So we're going to probably have a little patch wall back when we get to the shop of just different businesses. But yeah, today it's going to be tactical pens and magazine bands and patches and just random swag gear being given out to whoever's wandering around. Probably one of the fun ones is like these little holder. Oh, is he even going to show up? Yeah, yeah, it ain't working out too well, is it? All right, well, anyway, everyone has a badge for SHOT Show, and it's a $200 badge. So if you don't get a holder to protect it, which is what this is, there we go, kind of showing up a little bit, kind of. A lot of businesses give those out, and it protects your badge, your paper badge, because the badge gets scanned every time you're trying to go to certain places. They get scanned to let you in, and if you lose that badge or gets damaged and you need to get a replacement, it's another $200. So some businesses had the smart idea of putting their logo on stuff. Like this is O-Site. This is the one I ended up getting. So that's something we might do next year, just have a Stiffler badge protector. And they kind of had the cool thing on it of being able to put patches on it. So of course we slapped some patches on there of our own, because didn't want people thinking we were solely affiliated with O-Site. And then we are here with MMC Armory, but also MMC Armory and Stiffler Manufacturing, just kind of like what we have there. So that's kind of neat that they had some Velcro on there that we could throw patches on. And other people have been using it too, just to throw patches they've been collecting. It's kind of a neat idea. We might make one next year, Stiffler Manufacturing all over the top, so we can have our own. And then people will just have some Stiffler swag. The change happened so fast, it's scary. 5 years ago, the laws were fine. Yes, yes. And before Reddit, before we had issues on Reddit, yeah, there was a lot of complaints out of the Washington area. And though, sadly, there's also a lot of FUD asses over in Washington who are very skeptical of outside businesses, and unless they're, and this is the funny part, they're like, well, I just get my stuff from Fred down the road, and it's like, no, you didn't. You have a Glock Gen 5 right there. You didn't get that from Fred. Fred didn't make that in his garage. So it was a weird Reddit experience with some of the Washington gun groups, because while some were very open to it, they're like, hey, look, man, we're not getting any support in Washington. If you guys are willing to ship here, we'd be happy to talk to you. And if you know other businesses, we'd be happy to talk to you to try and help out the local FFLs. And other went full FUD-tard, and we're just like, no, screw you, no outside anything. And it's like, buddy, you're not building your gun in your garage. You don't have a CNC machine, you don't have a lathe, and you're not setting up your guns yourself. Come on, let's be honest. And because talking to some of the dudes, I'm being a little snarky, I was like, because I could see kind of the vibe of the group, and I'm like, yeah, man, do you even 3D print? Have you 3D printed a gun today? He's like, well, no, those are unreliable. And he's like, okay, well, do you build parts kits up? And well, no. And I'm like, so you're not buying local anyway? Like, don't bullshit a bullshitter, my man. But yeah, it is. And I understand it, like, to a degree, where it's, support local businesses. Absolutely. It's why we do have dealer rates for mom and pop shops, so people can buy our stuff from local businesses if mom and pop shops want to, get involved, pick up, 5 slides or 10 slides or something like that. We get that not everybody can order 100. Like right before we left for SHOT Show, we took an order for 625 slides the day before we left. Like, we get it. Not every mom and pop shop can order hundreds of slides. That's why we have mom and pop shop dealer rates. If you can only order 5 slides, that's fine. Yeah, we got you covered. And then you can sell locally and help your local business out. And then people don't have to buy, they don't have to wait for us to ship something to them. They don't have to pay the shipping. So it works out. We get paid, mom and pop get paid, and somebody gets a new gun part. And everybody is 2A every day. Oh, yeah, got him. But this event is freaking wild. And when I say everybody's feet hurts, oh my God, because you're literally walking miles going from booth to booth, going from casino to casino, and then just the Venetian is multiple floors of it, and then over at Caesars, there's just, it's constant. And you try to meet up with every little event, every little thing, and it doesn't always happen. Sometimes you're having a good time chatting people up, and sometimes it's people you've talked to via email or through social media, and you're finally getting to chat in person, and you end up doing it for an hour or two when you were expecting, it's like a little 15-minute meeting, and it's just a good vibe. Yeah, we ended up talking with Dustin for a good hour, and there's some other cool stuff here too, like the supplier showcase. We got to see a lot of cool equipment that can help machine shops and people who are doing any kind of 2A manufacturing better, right? So automated production on certain things, especially for small shops, that's super helpful. And just better, newer equipment, things that are done in a different way. I don't want to say too much for certain reasons on some stuff, but there was some really cool tooling, some new machinery that potentially could make things interesting for the shop. And I'd like to see how that runs with us on some of it. And some of it's very expensive, but you got to have a cost analysis and determine, is this worth it for the shop? Can we, bounce this against labor and say, hey, is this going to help? And on some of it, yeah, we absolutely think it is going to help. There is, I'm not going to talk about that. Not yet. But we're seriously considering dropping several grand on this one item just for our shop. And it'd be awesome. There's also stuff like chances to win. Like I am in a drawing for plate carrier and plates to get a scar from FN. to get a Davidson Defense 15. What else am I on the drawing for? Some equipment, some machinery that we might be able to add into our shop. So yeah, and some drawings for a lot of stuff. Supposedly going to get some free cigars, so that's going to be fun. And yeah, there's a lot of drawings here, which is pretty cool. So if you're ever at SHOT Show and you're wandering around, and keep an eye out for a lot of the giveaways, because a lot of them you have to show up to the booth and just chat them up, get their QR code, and hey, here's our giveaway. Check out our product, and we're giving something away for free at the end of the week. And so maybe we get lucky. Last year we got a couple of gun safes, so that's pretty cool. And this year, who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we won't, whatever. Either way, we got to walk around and talk to a lot of people, which is pretty sweet. Oh yeah, also met up with Rook Tactical, not a gun tuber. Saw not a gun tuber. Man, my brain is fried. So many people. It's before my morning caffeine. I think that. Definitely going to get some caffeine in a little while. But also going through and trying to find, well, we've been recommended to multiple different gun groups. So we are going to pop through and join these groups, do all their questionnaires and whatnot. I'm doing that this morning. And, you always got to be networking, always got to be checking out the groups. Unfortunately, with like Facebook and Instagram, a lot of these groups get banned or severely restricted. And that's been a common complaint too, is social media. Social media has been a very common complaint here at SHOT Show. A lot of people are like, yep, I've been restricted on YouTube. Yep, been restricted on Facebook. Yep, been restricted on Instagram. And it's wild. Just everybody's having the same issues. Okay, good. Man, there's a lot of rules. Hey, Marine Gun Builder's involved in this one. All right, yeah, we'll pop in with this. I've chatted him a couple times. Okay, looks like 2. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Hey, thank you for the like, greatly appreciate it. That's what I'm doing this morning while I'm getting prepped for the day 4 of SHOT Show. If you guys have questions, please feel free to ask. Yes, you got to be everywhere all at once on social media. It's difficult. It's very difficult to be everywhere all at once, constantly posting. But I mean, like, yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, Blue Sky, Tumblr. Some people are still using Tumblr. Then there's Trigger Hill. For those of you who don't know, Trigger Hill is a new, well, not new, but, it's a social media network for, Pro 2A stuff. Yeah, time to create separate gun tube. Work in progress. What's going on, man? Yeah, so like Rumble, probably a good way to go. Trigger Hill, probably a good way to go. Twitter's okay, but it is very pay to play. So if you don't get, verified and you're not spending money, you're not going to see easy growth unless you can convince your followers to all go over and start an account and, hook you up over there. Twin Gen, what's going on, brother? Oh, and then there's Truth Social, kind of the same way as Twitter. Like, yeah, it's Pro 2A. You can post gun stuff there, but same issue as Twitter. It's pay to play. It is what it is. Oh, we're probably going to the Optics Planet booth today. Definitely probably going to go to the Optics Planet booth today, talk those guys up. They've picked up some of our slides. So Optics Planet has Stiffler slides. And, yeah, we're probably going to go talk to them today. Jason, what's going on, brother? Everybody, welcome to Stiffler Manufacturing, day 4 of SHOT Show. It is freaking wild here. I think the hub is also wandering around here somewhere. There's a gun broker booth. We might go check out the gun broker booth. I don't think NQI is here. Yeah, I don't think NQI is here. We should see if Moriarty Armaments is here. I don't think they are, but if they are, they have some of our slides too. MDX Arms, 3CR Tactical, Wolverine Arms, Sirius arms, the hub, Task Force Red. I know they're not here, but we should try and see if some of these ones are here too. Yeah, absolutely would be cool. Well, I mean, some of our slides are on Gunbroker and optics, but just to see any others who might be interested, you know. And we've gotten a few over the last couple of days who popping up and grabbing business cards and asking for numbers, you know, so possible. And some of them out of New York. There's been a few from California trying to figure out if, you know, shipping through FFLs and through distributors, if they can do that. Yeah, yeah. If Optics Planet can pick up more, currently they are picking up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Currently, they have 6 of our slide models, and they may be picking up some more. So we'd probably go talk with them and see what they say and see what they're interested in, what they want, see if they have questions about it, and yeah, we can hook them up through our distributor and yeah, get them some slides. Get them more slides. So yeah, definitely be cool to see if Optics Planet's more interested in something. And then yeah, maybe go check out PSA or maybe go to the Zev booth. Zafiri's probably here too. We'll rotate in and out, wander around. Oh yeah, I put in for a truck too. There's like a giveaway for an F-250. That's what we go in that F-250 and then we just wrap it with Stiffler Manufacturing. It will speed your request. How did you hear about Glock builders? We're tactical. There we go. And poking through. But yeah, God, it's freaking wild. And then, of course, at the end of the day, you end up having dinners. We went to steel vendors and stuff and had dinner with them. Other vendors and distributors had dinners or lunches with them. So, we've had lunch with, obviously MMC Armory, we're there with them, Delta Team Tactical, Davidson Defense. There's a steel company, and who else? There was one other. I wasn't with that one. I had to go do something else, but we were with someone else for another meal. So a lot of lunches and a lot of dinners. So even after you're done with SHOT Show at the end of the day, you still end up having business meetings, going off and doing dinners with people or going to the casino and chatting each other up. Get stiff with Stiffler. Oh, yeah. Everybody remember to rack your Stiffler. Okay, not this one. Number 2. And it's been a big hit on, you can see some of it in the picture in the background there, but some of our slides have been a big hit for quite a few people. The colors really drew people in, and they were just, this is wild. Like, we've never seen slides with this variety. And I mean, I'm sure there's other companies out there making cool stuff, but quite a few businesses didn't know that there were businesses making, I guess you call them Gucci Glock. Yeah, it's just a wide range of styles that people like. And whether they like them for varying degrees, we've had people do them for like college teams, sports teams, and just some people just like the colors. One guy wants to know if we can do camo in all kinds of crazy colors. And it's like, yeah, we're starting to do some of that. Doing like red, green, blue themed camos where you're still getting your traditional camo colors, but then with like a bright neon color in there, like Green Mamba or USMC red or NRA blue, whatever, throwing that in there. And people were eating those up. As well as the FX series, Cerakote's Answer to Gun Candy. People were loving those too. Shake it more than once. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm going to tell that to Brian and Justine later. They're going to laugh. Oh, yeah, there we go. I'm going to tell them that later. They're going to laugh their asses off at that. And who else are we here with? Who else have we seen? Oh, dang. What's the name of this company? True Aim Sights. I want to say it's True Aim Sights. Okay, they're going to be there today. I have a short video to post about it later, but True Aim Sights. So what they have is a rear sight and a front sight. The rear sight mounts to RMR. So if you have an RMR optic cut, the rear sight mounts to that, and then it projects light onto the front sight. And right now it looks like a green dot. So imagine iron sights, but it looks like a green dot. Your front sight post is a green dot when you line it up. And this might give people an option who want to have a red dot, green dot on their build, but without having the box that is the optic. That in this way they don't have an optic in their sight picture, but they still have the dot. So we were looking at this, and we're literally across from each other, our booth and their booth. And of course, when you're next to each other, everyone goes around and meets each other and greets each other. And we're just sitting here like, hey, will this fit on one of our slides? Sure enough, it does. We put one of their sites at our booth, and we were chatting them up about it. And it's interesting. I want to shoot one. And they have it there on a 1911, a couple of Glocks. There was a Smith & Wesson there, M&P. And it's an interesting concept. Now, some people had concerns about, well, hey, if I put this on, I lose my optic. And it's like, you just swap back and forth as you feel like you want to. So if you prefer iron sights, but you still kind of want that red dot, green dot feel, this is great. And then if you just want to slap a red dot on there, Allen wrench, take it off, slap it on. Not a big issue there. And yeah, it's interesting. I kind of want to get one and shoot one and see how well it does, because we were there, of course, doing the dry firing, and it's nice. It's kind of nice. So interested to see how that goes. Newer business, we hadn't heard of them before, and of course we were just like, they're like, yeah, it's set for RMR. I'm like, oh, then it should fit on our slides. So we threw one of our slides on their booth. They threw one of their sites at our booth, and a little back, because we're right next to it. We're neighbors. Why not? And yeah, it was pretty fun. Still need a High Point collab. Yeah, I wonder, High Point should be here. Maybe we should go to the High Point booth. I know FV Ordnance would love a little collab there. So yeah, maybe we go pop over to the High Point booth and see what they say. Yeah, good swapping, and that's all it all is. A lot of it's just making connections, working, finding businesses to work with, and maybe they pick up some of our slides, and maybe we pick up some of their sites for our store, and who knows? Because that's what a lot of it is, just marketing, networking, meeting and greeting each other, and seeing who can do what for who. Because at the end of the day, it is business. At the end of the day, we all got to make money, keep the lights on, pay the employees. So anyway, we're all doing that together. Great. Like I told some other businesses, and I've told some other people a while back, like the 2A industry is too big for any one company to try to conquer it all. You just can't happen. It's easier just to work with each other. It's better for us all just to work with each other. Like we've been over on DLD After Dark when you got MMC Armory up there and Stiffler Manufacturing, and you got Frag Out Design Studios and Gideon Optics, and we're technically, yeah, I guess you could say Marconi and Stiffler are competitors, but I'd say more like peers. They're making a cool slide. We're making a cool slide. They're different designs, and people like different things. Like, I don't have a problem with, like Marconi wants to pop on and say, hey, check out. Yeah, go ahead. I don't care. Check out their stuff. It's good stuff. Go check out Shogun. Go check out other stuff. We'll be here for you. I guarantee you'll want to come rack your Stiffler eventually. Like, people are making cool things. Some people are making things that are a wee bit too expensive, in my opinion, for what it is. But if people like it, people like it. That's a whole different discussion. Because there really is some cool stuff out there. Or what about a Taurus collab? They seem like they're doing a lot now. I don't know. I hadn't really thought of Taurus. I mean, is there a huge mod market for Taurus? A big thing is individuals might want something. Like, we get a big reach out from individuals about, like, say, the Glock 34, because competitive shooters want the Glock 34 or the 17L. And we're not opposed to making it, but distributors and vendors are not interested. Like, not really. Like yeah, we might do like small batches, but they're not interested in doing, the 500 piece order. And that's the limiting factor. People are like, hey, are you going to do the SIG M17 P320? No, for two reasons. One, the big one is that distributors are not interested. And then two is nobody knows what's going down with it, and it's just an image issue right now, is that people are not interested in the 17-320. Now, some people are like, hey, I'm not having issues. I'd like, some slide support on this, and we appreciate that. And we had initial designs to do a P320 M17. But even if we make it, we know we can't really split to anybody. We've talked to distributors about it. They're not interested. It's just like with the Glock 40 cals. Distributors are not interested. We tried to talk to a few of them about it. Like, hey, we can make 40 cal. Like, would you be interested? And yeah, not a whole lot of request for it. There's a big market for Taurus as far as price and Gucci style stuff, but not a lot of options. I mean, yeah, that's another thing, is we're always here talking to like vendors and, hey, like, what is your next thing? What do you want next? Like, here we are with the 19 and 17. The 26 and the 43 are coming first quarter, early second quarter. And after that, what are you guys interested in? A big push has been for Gen 5. So we're going to start doing working on Gen 5 sometime this year. Hey, FV Ordnance, what's going on, brother? So yeah, and we've been talking with businesses about it, and they're just, in distributors, and 40 cal, they're not interested. The 34, they're not. They recognize that there are competition shooters that want it, but when it comes to volume, they're not interested. The SIG M17 P320, they're not interested. And the 365 is a maybe, but the problem is yes, the 365 has no problems that anyone's aware of. It still runs, it's great, it's good micro, but it's the branding with SIG right now is that the market is shy. They don't really want to touch it. There's some that do, but from a lot of the ones we talked to this week is just nobody wants to risk touching it right now until they see how things play out. And yeah, so Gen 5, skipping Gen 4. We're not doing Gen 4. I mean, you can step up, step down. So you can put a Gen 3 on a Gen 4. You can put a Gen 5 on a Gen 4. So you can step up, step down. That's not a problem. If you know what you're changing out, your back plate and whatnot. But, oh yeah, 45. Gen 6, will we do Gen 6? That has been the biggest question for people from California. We've had a few vendors come in, hey, look, I'm looking for people who are willing to make Gen 6. And it's like, well, right now we do Gen 3s, and we're planning to do Gen 5s after we finish the 43X and the 26. So after we finish Gen 5s, that's a discussion we'll have, one of our distributor and vendors is, hey, is Gen 6 a viable option? Is it something you guys want to entertain? Are there any issues with Glock about the Gen 6? If not, then great. It's something we'll do. A lot of what's driven at the end of the day is we have employees to pay, and they've got to take care of their families, and we have lights to keep on. And I would love to chase down every slide and be able to supply, the Glock clone market in ad infinitum. And it's just not always feasible, because if there's no distributors willing to pick it up, if there's not a network of FFLs willing to pick it up, it's just not feasible. It's not sound. We've watched other shops do that, where they chased every slide and they basically ran themselves into the ground doing it. And you're kind of noble wanting to be able to supply all that, but there is a growth to it. You know, kind of slow and steady wins the race sort of thing. So that is kind of the issue there with chasing after everything, because then you spend all your money on R&D, on all this steel, on labor, and then if nobody picks it up, you're in the hole. So that's the quite honest truth of that, is that if you don't have the connection pre-set up that somebody wants this and is willing to put down on it, you're going to put yourself in a hole real quick. And we've watched so many other smaller machine shops, some even bigger than us, do the same thing, and they crashed and burned on it. So I know there's a lot of love for certain models and certain calibers, and we'd love to make them all someday, but we got to see how 2026 is going to do with the, Glock Store 26X, with the 43X, and for those of you just joining us or weren't here earlier, we did get to talk to Lenny from Glock Store. We did get to talk to Dustin from Grit Grips. Did talk to Gideon Optics. So we're talking with other businesses and seeing what they want and what we can potentially provide for them and what they can potentially provide for us. Got to talk to SCT Manufacturing. That casino Wi-Fi, that casino hotel Wi-Fi, you lose connection periodically. You get your hand, you touch. You touch. And all more posting stuff on Instagram. I need to transfer some of that to YouTube. Sometimes at the end of the day, dead tired. Brian got to talk with SCT, so I wasn't in that conversation. So I'll have to link up with him today to see what's going on with that. I think it's supplier stuff. They might be supplying us with stuff, and we'll see what's up. But yeah, talked with them, Gideon Optics, and I think Siley either happened yesterday or that's happened. And of course, we talked with a few social media dudes, Jack of all trades, 762 Juice, Bullseye Ben, Pistol Pete, Black Rambo. Who else? I'm forgetting somebody. I'm so brain fried right now without caffeine. That's okay. I'm getting caffeine soon. As soon as that frickin' cafe opens up, I will have coffee. Hey, Moist Beans, what's going on, man? Right on, Twin Gen. I appreciate it. Oh, my goodness. And my back popped. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, I'm going to wait for that to pop. But, as tired as I am, and as many meetings as there's been with various businesses popping over to our booth and us going to other booths, it's also freaking cool. I wish I'd had like a GoPro or something. No, actually, that's two things I'm disappointed in this hotel room. Great, looking hotel. It's very nice. Bed's super comfy. There's some amenities, but it does not have a coffee maker. And it does not have a mini fridge. And I'm super disappointed in that, because that means I can't have canned coffee or energy drinks or just little snacks and stuff in a fridge. And I can't make coffee in my hotel room. And I'm kind of annoyed about that. But, we've got a decent rate here, and we're also in the same hotel as MMC Armory. So whenever they need to go do a meeting and we're involved, we can just table right here. If we all need to hop in an Uber together, boom, all right here. So that's super convenient. The casinos here is not bad either. No, they have a few different shops and cafes and restaurants and whatnot. But yeah, there's no continental breakfast here. There's a Starbucks downstairs. I'll go grab a coffee and I'll go grab a warm sandwich or something. There's buffets and stuff, but they're open certain hours. You think for Vegas, where everything would be open 24/7, it's not. All the shops close at freaking certain times. Some of the restaurants close at 5. Some of them close at 8, some of them close at 10. And I'm like, so if you're up late, like super late, maybe you wanted to gamble or maybe you wanted to explore stuff, all of a sudden a lot of the shops are closed. Ugh. And we had, thankfully, some of the ones we've been going to for meetings and stuff that are late night, they stay open for quite a long time. We went to do a dinner with another business over at Bourbon Steak. Very nice, very fancy. One of the best old fashions I've had in quite a long time. So definitely a positive place there. Bit pricey, but very tasty. Very good place. Oh. That was what we were looking around last night when we were looking around to get dinner. It's like, oh, hey. Unfortunately, had a bit connection issues. Yeah, so we were looking around for dinner last night every day, and yeah, they were closed by the time we to go there. It was like around 8, and they were closed. Oh yeah, I could just appear. Woo-hoo. Green screen makes working in the background easier because I don't have set up like I do at home where I have anything that I can use. So this just makes this a lot easier. Just do a green screen of the booth, and I can still chat you guys up while I'm doing stuff, getting ready for the day. Actually, about to swap shirts. I'll swap over to my Stiffler polo. A Stiffler on, so my stiff polo patches on it. I've got my jump front with some Stiffler merch on. Just walking around Stiffler everywhere I go, like a walking billboard. But it's drawing people in, because of course, people see the name Stiffler and they're like, no way, your company's really named Stiffler? It's like, yes it is. Come check it out. We're over here at this booth. There we go. Stiffler polo. You're a wizard, Harry. There we go. Connecting in and out. In and out. But yeah, feel free to ask some questions, guys. I got some QA. Anything you want to ask, by all means. Just waiting for me to be able to run down and grab coffee, and waiting for my team to wake up. They're tired. We're all tired. Upside, though, they have a very nice shower and bath in here because, at the end of the day, when you've walked X miles all over the place, up and down the stairs, and from casino to casino, a hot bath does help the muscles. I'll tell you that. Though, one thing, admittedly, I do feel mildly naked because I can't carry my gun with me. Yep, there is no way I can carry my gun with me here. It's not allowed. And a lot of people have said the same thing. Like, I'm just so used to having something holstered, and now I don't. And it's like, yeah, that tracks. That makes sense. Let's see, what was this? That Negroni was not very good. I don't know, it's been a while since I've gone for a gin drink, but that Negroni wasn't very good. Let's see, how are the gun bunnies at SHOT Show? Not a lot of them. Not a lot of gun bunnies at SHOT Show. Happy to do it, Moist Beans, if they want one. We've got some cool stuff. I know it's not so much the convention that banned it; it's the venue, because it is a casino and there is multiple floors, and it's 2 casinos actually. But yeah, it's the venue. So kind of like remember how GunCon was having issues last year in Ohio? It wasn't the convention. It wasn't the people running it. It was the venue. Yeah, and it's like a bar. Like there's alcohol here. You actually get beer and spirits as you're walking around SHOT Show. All of the guns that are on display, they've all had the firing pins removed, or the bolts. Yeah, GunCon was in Ohio. I'm pretty sure it was in Ohio. And then what was it? GOA Goals was in Tennessee, or maybe that was the NRA convention. GOA Goals or NRA were in Tennessee. GunCon was in Ohio. And then of course SHOT Show's in Vegas every year. I was honestly hoping they'd move GunCon to like Arizona as just like a big old middle finger to California. That would have been cool. But nope. Honestly, I think we do. I think we need some kind of gun convention that's right here next to California every year, so Californians who are pro-gun can like get out and go check it out. No, unfortunately not. It's an industry-only convention. There are media that can go, so like social media, gun tubers, they can go. Like Jack of All Trades was here, Bullseye Ben was here, Black Rambo's here, Mud and Munitions here, John Crump News. Yeah, so those guys can go as media. But this is primarily an industry event. It's all suppliers, vendors, manufacturers, distributors, big names, small names. Yeah, I met Bullseye Ben. He checked out our booth. He even did a short video of it on his channel. So that was cool. And Bullseye is going to get one of our 43Xs when it's done. Setting up my little name badge here. Got to fix it so the QR code's all ready. Some people try to hide their badge, like they flip it over, like they don't want people to know who they are, or maybe they just didn't realize it. And some people try to tuck it away, and it's like, no, you got to have the badge on for like two reasons. One, people are scanning it when you go to certain places. And then two, it's good to know, like, hey, what business am I dealing with? Like, just in conversation. Come on, there we go. Okay, there we go. Incognito mode. Yeah, incognito mode. Yeah, you're talking to so many people, it's like, hey, who were we just talking with? Like 5 minutes ago? Are we having connection issues again? Freaking connection issues. Driving me insane. But yeah, if we were just talking to somebody, it's like, okay, cool. If they have their badge, I just write it down real quick. Or I text myself and boom, there we go. Then later I go, hey, remember this business, this business, this business? Yeah, it's going to. People are waking up, and I'm sure everyone's starting to use their phones and everyone's starting to get on Wi-Fi. And I've got like I said, I got a whole list of businesses I've talked to over the last few days with notes on like who I talked to about what and what contact information we have. And we have a pile of business cards. Some of them with notes even written on the card. It's like, this is business with this. No, I've tried using data, and the Wi-Fi is actually better. It's because it's just the casino. Especially once we actually get into the Venetian for SHOT Show, we're on the first floor. There's 4 floors above us. Concrete, steel. Yeah, I'm near the top of this casino. Yeah, big Faraday cage. Even here, the connection is still crap sometimes when I'm on just cell signal. When I'm using my data. And it just is what it is. Yeah, everyone's blasting their testicles with 5G and Wi-Fi. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Well, here's the thing is I had gotten notifications 10 hours later that people had commented on some of our videos and some of our posts. 10 hours later, even though I was connected to Wi-Fi and everything. So even though you're not getting all of your notifications. And that is such a pain because there's people who commented that, oh man, I could have been in a quick conversation with them over something, but I didn't see it until 10 hours later, which just sucks. Oh, now I got to put the boots back on. A lot of military here too, veterans. Some currently serving in the Guard or Reserves. A lot of military folk here as well. Some military, veteran business. I mean, hey, we're a veteran business. So that's going on here. A lot of law enforcement. There are reps from police departments, sheriff's departments. Who do we talk to? Miami PD, New York Police Department. There's some sheriff's department out in Tennessee. So yeah, you're just talking with a lot of law enforcement too. So yep, that's going on. A lot of law enforcement. Yeah, definitely a cool event. Cool people, a lot of like-minded people. But everyone's also here just trying to make business contacts and whatnot. Oh, and I unplugged my phone. There we go, plug that back in so I don't lose battery for the day. That's another issue, is you can't constantly be on your phone either, because you might not be in an area where you can easily charge. And I brought an external battery, thankfully, but not everyone thought to do that. So sometimes people are losing they're losing their battery before half the day's even over. And you absolutely need your phone here. Absolutely need your phone. Just to take notes, to search businesses up, to set up, a schedule with people. So if you're screwing off on your phone all day, doing social media, which is of course what I'm doing, you're not going to be able to do that for very long. So you really got to use it sparingly. So it's like the olden times, people walking around talking to each other without phones. Such a scary concept, right? Let's see. 1 megabyte per hour second. 102 MBS. What's the view from the room like? That's a good question. Let's see what we're looking at. The sun's coming up. Our sun is up. I didn't even notice. Oop, pop you off here real quick. Okay, green screen. Let's flip and kill the green screen. See if you guys can see it. Yeah, unfortunately there's this little, here, let me go lower. There we go. There we are. I know, right? This makes it look like the desert. But that's it for me, guys. I got to pop down and grab some coffee, and I got to go make sure my people are woken up and actually up and moving and not living dead today. So thanks for checking us out today, guys, and keep an eye out on some of the social media. We'll post some more stuff later. And as always, stay 2A every day.